introduce herself now.
Hi, my name is Ahier. I live locally in the district at First Tower, which is where I was raised, where I attended primary school. I have lived in this district actually most of my life, aside from 3 years spent at university and some years after that spent in London. I'm 30 years old and I'm standing because I believe it's important for people of my age and from my generation to stand. I believe the Assembly would benefit from having more voices for people of my generation. I think that a lot of the failures of, recent failures of the Assembly has come down to not necessarily a failure to identify the issues that will affect us in the future, but an inability or an unwillingness to deal with them. The housing crisis is one such example. My generation is bearing the brunt of that. We cannot afford to buy houses, yet the rapid rise of the population growth has been acknowledged and commented upon for as long as I've been alive. Yet no new houses really have been built in all that time. Not many, not enough. It's my belief that what this government needs, the newly named Government of Jersey, needs is more people who are willing to make decisions, bold decisions. I believe we need greater accountability and transparency in the government. These are all things that are important to people of my generation because we've borne the brunt of these failures that I've just described. The new hospital is another such failing. Had the construction of the new hospital begun, and indeed for what was first identified, we would be halfway through that construction by now. But the decision was deferred to the next Assembly. That Assembly had spent their entire term in office deliberating, and now the current Assembly have voted to begin that decision-making process all over again. I feel that these failures are going to affect us for many generations to come. And we need to get more people, newer people, into the States who are willing to make changes, positive changes to benefit our island. I'm standing for increased respite care for disabled adults and their families, the removal of GST from food, also an end to the hospital stalemate and fair pay for our nurses. Please consider me, Francesca Ahier, for your vote on February 27th. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here this evening. My name is mallet. I am Jersey born and I've lived in Helier for over 30 years. I'm currently working in the legal and finance industries and have done for the past 23 years. I have travelled extensively, working with a number of overseas school building projects in some of the world's poorest regions. And this led me to become an event management business owner in Jersey, focusing on fundraising for local charities and the creation of community events. This includes a new beach festival, a free event, ensuring that it's affordable and accessible for all, created by the community for the community. In recent years, I've campaigned to save the protected green space at the Mallet, ensuring our local voice was heard, and canvassing all the sitting States members, outlining why the development would have a detrimental impact on our environment. I'm also a member of monthly St Helier residents' meetings, listening to the concerns of the residents. These meetings are designed to provide practical solutions to improve the quality of life to those in the area and the wider community. I am standing for election because I have a passion to help and stand up for others. With my skills and experience, will work constructively with others on all the issues, and because of this, I'll be ready to hit the ground running from day one. If there was ever an example of a failure to deliver and listen to islanders, it's the future hospital. It's imperative that we get this right, consult the right people, pick the right site, with the right leadership. But for us, it's important that we take St Helier residents' concerns on board. Jersey has to have a balanced immigration policy. Why has this not been achieved? And I want answers, and I know you do as well. Let's have facts and solutions. I welcome everybody to Jersey who can make a positive contribution to our island, but we have to be realistic about the numbers. I am aware of all your other concerns because they are mine as well. A fairer taxation system, lack of affordable housing and social housing, education, Brexit and the environment. I've worked with many in the parish on a number of projects which has given me the depth of understanding of the reality of island life in 2019 that matches my ability to represent you and give you a voice when you need it most. St Helier has so much potential. You, our community, is our biggest asset. When we work together, listen to and engaged, positive change can happen. That's why I'm here, to provide a fresh and motivated approach, bringing people together to find common sense solutions that work for all. This is our district, our island and our voice. Please consider me for your vote on the 27th of February. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming tonight. I'm a gardener, and I do care about our community and about Jersey. I chose Jersey as my home 10 years ago and together with my Jersey-born husband, we started our family in your district. I'm an independent candidate, and I will work with all states members for a better Jersey and better homes and Helier. I have tried to meet as many of you as possible personally and to ask what's important for you. For the last 20 years, I worked with companies such as Nissan, Zara, Universal Pictures, Cadbury, parent company Mondelez, to improve organizational efficiency and make organizational changes. Our public services are going through major changes. Recently, I read the last 6 months report from the state CEO, and it disturbs me to see such professional report without proper measurable targets. As a professional management consultant, I will use this expertise to protect your interests, and also use this expertise to put the hospital project back on track. But St. Helier residents would like to know why vote for me. I'll give you 3 reasons. First, I'll be voice for St. Helier to get a fair deal for equal taxation and equal representation. Second, pedestrian and cyclist safety. I will work to make St. Helier a safe place to live, work and play. And third, actually I'm a community project creator with social work background, and you would probably wonder, what is it? What does it mean? I'll give you an example. Well, I was canvassing last year and I'm meeting our senior citizens sitting alone at home without days of human connections. And I said, let's see what I can do. I found an empty space at Center Point. I put resources and meet together, and without any extra cost, I have created Friends of La Poucalet for the morning club for senior citizens. I'm a woman of my word. I followed my manifesto and I delivered what I promised back in May. And as much more can be done when I'll be elected and I can dedicate all my time to Jersey community. For me, I believe that working together we can get a better Jersey and better community. When elected, I will be a strong independent voice at the Assembly. Please trust me with your vote. Vote Gardiner on 27th of February.
Hi, I'm Feltham. I'm standing for Deputy in Helier District 3 and 4 as I want to support the delivery of positive change for the benefit of the island. I am standing as a reformed Jersey candidate as I know that we can deliver more together working as a team. I live in the district at Westmount and I have previously lived in the district at Montalabé and Rouge Bouillon. I will fight for a fair deal for St. Helier. We need strong representation and I will support electoral reform to achieve equal-sized constituencies. I will also support proposals for a democratic council for St. Helier. I am an experienced public servant. I currently work for the States of Jersey and I have previously worked for the state government of Western Australia. Staff morale within our public services is at an all-time low. The people providing our essential services are feeling undervalued and disrespected. The current pace of change is putting vital public services at risk. If elected, one of my priorities will be to ensure that the changes being made are fit for purpose, will deliver the best value for islanders, and recognise the specialist expertise of local people. The current pay dispute requires urgent resolution. We are at the point where the Royal College of Nursing Council has approved a strike ballot. This has never happened before. It is a historic moment and should be considered as an emergency situation. The proposition brought forward by Deputy Southern to enable extra money and open proper negotiations lost by just 1 vote. I welcome the announcement that Deputy Southern will bring forward another proposition aimed at resolving this issue. I will work with my Reform Jersey colleagues and members across the chamber to ensure that the proposition is successful. There is also a lot of pressure on working families. As an elected member of the States, I will support policies that will make day-to-day system, improving provisions for parental leave, ensuring that schools are well funded and that quality childcare is available, increasing the minimum wage, and reducing the cost of GP consultations for those on low incomes. I will be able to work together with my Reform Jersey colleagues to deliver on these promises. We are all committed to working together towards achieving the 10 key pledges which form our contract with voters. A vote for me is a vote for a stronger team. Please consider giving me your vote on the 27th of February. Thank you.